One of the things that's also really interesting about the Momento story is your all's approach and thoughts around going to like the go to market period. And so this is particularly challenging for engineering leaders becoming founders in that it may not be a part of the formal training and experience that you get to understand the dynamics around go to market. So I was wondering if you could share tips or advice for how technical leaders can think about go to market.
We subscribe to, definitely there's mantras that we repeat. Ready, fire, aim, fire is one that comes up a lot. Another way of putting, I think, very similar thing is that launch often, launch early. Nobody really remembers your failed launches. So the worst thing that could happen is, they don't remember your product, but you get to have infinite tries until you're successful. It's not to say that you should launch like every other week or every week, or it's the sooner you can get product validation, the sooner you can get something functional out there to market, the sooner you can um, have end users validate or help invalidate the value of the actual thing you're building, whether it's in the consumer space or enterprise space or something completely different. The sooner you get it out, the sooner you can, in engineering terms, we like to say fail fast as well. It's good to recognize, it's important to recognize that, again, that quote that people say like 99%, it's probably more than 99% at this point of startups fail. So just got to get all the failures out of the way, and eventually, hopefully something good will come along. And um, I know that's something that Quadra subscribes to as well.
Yeah, ready, fire, aim typically epitomizes hastiness and, you know, an superfluous amount of hastiness for that matter. So our internal saying, this is not common or colloquial, but we like to say ready, fire, aim, fire. It's okay if you fire before you aim, as long as you do it fast enough that it gives you time to correct course and fire again. And you get as many tries as you let yourself have, and the pace of iteration is important. And go to market, it sounds like it's a binary thing. Like you're not in market and then you go to market and you're done. What I think we like to see it as a virtuous circle. Go to market, iterate, come back to market, iterate, come back. And it's important to let the market come to you and bring you the feedback that you need to define your product. So that's where the ready, fire, aim, fire comes from.
Is there like an example that stands out with Momento so far about like getting feedback from the market to help pivot an approach that you all are taking?
Yeah, one example is, we both come from Amazon, and we have drank the Kool-Aid that AWS is the best cloud in the world, and perhaps even like to the point where it's the only cloud in the world. And we're building a high performance product, and a lot of our customers that are latching on to our product line end up being retailers. And, you know, contrary to our assumptions, some of these retailers wanted to try out our services in different cloud providers. And we did not anticipate that. But our customers have routinely, because we spend a lot of time collecting requirements, and there's been meaningful number of customers that are asking us to have presence outside of AWS. Whereas where we started, we thought all we need to do is build this solely in AWS, and the market is large enough that we will get there, and then we will iterate and go to other clouds. And that's a concrete example of us having to disconfirm our beliefs based on customer feedback to redirect our product and divert some of our energies into other areas that we thought we didn't need to tackle.
Yeah, and I think going back to ready, fire, aim, fire, if we were doing this in a just like ready and then aim, and then when you fire, when you feel like we would still be heads down building inside AWS right now. And this doesn't mean that we completely pivot away from AWS, but it just means that as we're building our stack, we're now realizing the types of demands from customers for other cloud providers or services and presence, and that is being actively incorporated into our own, company roadmap as well. And that's super super useful to have. Otherwise, I think, 3, 6 months later, once we have a perfectly polished product that we're ready to launch only inside AWS, we would realize the demands that exist elsewhere. So I think this virtuous circle, that binary thing is really profound, Khawaja, is that the edge that a new startup has is exactly that you don't have anything to lose. It's not like you already have a brand or credibility, so just keep trying and keep going to market continuously, even if the product is only partially done or not even done. It can totally happen in parallel, the go to market effort and the engineering and the building effort. And then that's what we hope to be living up to consistently.